we've set our goal, now that we've decided on our destination, and we know exactly where we're going, at what speed, and how we will feel when we get there, let's move on to setting strategies. Remember, our strategies is like a route map, a step-by-step guide as to how to bridge the gap of where we are now and where we want to be. Now, strategy setting is a tricky exercise because a lot of the time we set specific and detailed actions. We've got an idea of specifics that we think needs to be done, and they do need to be done. But the strategies are broad and general concepts and not to be confused with actions. The actions we'll get into later. In order to help you set strategies, I've developed a list of standard strategies, which I recommend that you use in terms of your process. You can reword these strategies to suit you using your terminology, but in general, I encourage you to make use of these strategies and these generic ones in order to give you guidance as to which way to go in terms of strategies. You may feel that some of the strategies are unnecessary. You may even feel that 1 or 2 additional strategies are required. But in general, don't go for more than 8 to 10 strategies as a maximum. If you end up with only 4 strategies, that's also fine. Let's look at the generic strategies now. Number 1, where am I at now? This strategy is about developing an awareness of your current status. If you have a weight loss goal, how much do I weigh right now? If you have a financial goal or a budgeting goal, what's my budget looking like now? The second strategy is a vision or motivation. Where do I want to be? What is that picture in my mind around what this goal is going to give me? Some of us think in pictures, some of us think in words. We need to decide on what that vision is that is keeping us motivated and inspired. Where do I want to be at? The third strategy goes around challenges. No change happens in life without challenge. And there may be a number of challenges that we foresee. There may arise challenges that we don't foresee. Either way, in our process of change, we do need to consider these challenges. We do need to face them head on, and we do need to acknowledge that they're going to be there. So challenges is a very important step in this process of change. The next strategy goes about planning. Before we actually implement any change, we will require a degree of planning. What needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done. If it's a weight loss or a health goal, do I need to do some research? Do I need to stock my cupboards with the right foods? Those sorts of planning actions. The next strategy looks at resources, skills, and strengths. And this is very much the flip side of the challenges. What things do I have going for me in terms of accomplishing this goal? Do I have a great family that supports me? Am I really good at going the distance? Do I have specific skills that I can employ? Do I have specific gifts that I can make use of? These are resources. The next strategy is making time and space. No change happens all by itself. If we need to implement change, we need to allocate both time and space to work on this change. Do I have that time and space? And am I going to make time and space available for this change? The next strategy is to just do it. I've done the planning, I've done the research, now I need to jump in and do it. The next strategy is to integrate it. The theory around making sustainable and positive change is not only making the change, but to integrate the change in a long-term manner throughout our lives from this point forward, to integrate and maintain it. And for each one of us, we would need to employ different types of actions in order to integrate it or maintain it. So integration and maintenance is a very important strategy. Finally, we look at celebration. No process of change would be quite complete without a reward or a carrot at the end of the process. It's very important strategy to give yourself something to look forward to. Give yourself a reward, allow yourself a celebration at the end of the day. We include this as a strategy because there might be a number of actions involved in making up this strategy. Your celebration might consist of quite a number of things. So to recap, where we're at now is we've set a goal, it's quite specific, it's within a time frame, and we know exactly how we're going to feel at the end of it, and we will know when we're successful. We've set some strategies or large groups of actions in place. We've plotted our route map of how we're going to bridge the gap between where we are now and where we want to be. All that remains is getting into action.